The action's more condensed, so I hope you like this version of it. I would really appreciate if you watch the video all the way through. Even if you don't sit there and watch it. If you just let it play out, that's super helpful for me. It'll get that bumped up in the algorithm. If you guys have been looking at my channel, you know the numbers are down, so I could really use the help, put a lot of effort into this. And I think I did good. We got into a lot of birds, a lot of action, a lot of things going on. So I really hope you guys enjoy this new cut. So let's get right into it. Oh, good day guys. We're in the boons. I'm up north. Jeremy's here with me. I'm here with Jeremy, I should say, probably the right way to put it, but we're up here doing the trap course. Yeah. So we're gonna be here. I'm gonna be here for what, 8 more days, 9 more days? Yeah. So it's gonna be 9 days in the north. We don't know what we're getting up to, so I'm just gonna vlog it. But every evening for 4 hours doing the trap course, and then we have the whole day free, and then we have a whole 2 days where we don't have anything at all. So we're probably gonna do a trip up north. We're gonna do something that I've never done before. We're gonna try to trap some pigeons. So I got a new trap from a company called Bird Be Gone. So the situation is, we got a big barn here, and there's a bunch of pigeons that they want gone, some sparrows, just pump, a couple pumps. And
breaking barrel.
Break barrel. I don't know anything about these things. He's got a nice air gun, but the problem with the air gun is it's gonna punch a bunch of holes in the roof.
A pre-charged amount, a PCP air rifle.
It's too powerful.
We're
gonna try to shoot a pigeon now so we can eat some. I can see one up on the roof right now, kind of taunting us a little bit. Yeah. 2 up there. But we'll set the trap today, shoot one hopefully for dinner today. If not, we have to come back. Property owners here have been nice enough to be able to check this every day to make sure if we have one or don't. Let's show this trap off for a second here. So Bird Be Gone sent me this. We're gonna try to test it out. We got this is mostly for if you're gonna set it on top of a roof, because it's gonna be in the hot sun all day long. You don't want the birds to be dead when you show up, because that's not very humane. So we got an access port here with a waterer, and then we got a food tray down here. These all open with springs. We got a top opening lid here, and that'll access the food tray. We'll drop some food inside there. These are all gravity opening. Then they're gonna be stuck, so they'll be able to come in, but they won't get out. And the ideal situation is we'll get one bird in there, and all the other birds will think it's cool to go in there too, and we'll catch the whole flock, and we'll have a bunch of food to eat. Let's see if Jared's aim's any good, and we have something to eat today. Let's get this trap where it needs to be. We've got some whole kernel corn Jeremy's been feeding to his chickens. There's a bait tray down in the middle here, and Jared's gonna sprinkle some around all around the trap, make a big mess. Whole kernel will stand out a little bit more. Probably watching this right now thinking, oh, these guys are making a big mess and we're gonna get a good feed of stuff. And the owners actually volunteered to spread some oats around here. They had a tray and a waterer down here before. I think probably trying to get them down here. Here's the picture of the setup here. We got a tray on the outside, we got a tray on the inside. There's corn splashed all over the place. And we got those doors. I just used a little bit of tape to prop those doors up. What's gonna happen is the owner's gonna close those up in a couple of days. Jared's been eyeballing the spot.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? He's chomping at the bit. Can't hold him down. They do like to hide up in the rafters, so what we're hoping happens is those birds actually will feel comfortable enough to come down on the floor, which may happen in the evenings.
One in the corner that you can hardly see is 5.
You're gonna be able to shoot up against the roof there, Jared?
One right there, which is 6. I'm gonna line them up with where there's no tin.
I think you're only gonna get 1 shot and they're gonna freak out. You might get lucky, you might get 2 shots.
Well, they got nowhere to go in here. It's not like when we were hunting them before and they were just going outside after.
Hey, I'm set whenever you're set.
Like that.
There we go.
1 pigeon.
There we go, we got dinner. Is there any more coming back here that we can shoot?
No.
No, they clearly didn't after the 4th shot. See if we can't get to the other side and see if we can't get another one. We need 2 for dinner, Jer. Oh, I think Jer's pretty sure he got it. He didn't aim for the same bird 3 times. Or 4 times, whatever the count was. You gotta get up here on the ladder. Oh, it's not too bad. It looked like it might maim your nuts though. Ninja parkour, pigeon edition. You shooting the sparrow there?
Yeah.
Jer, what? There goes our food again. Jer is aiming for this freaking sparrow. This is where you need 2 people with a gun. Because now I have to go back to the other side. At least I got a pigeon to eat. Shoot, almost wiped out there. Yeah, they're pretty hardy bird.
Going back?
Back to the other side. Yeah, let's get 1 more for dinner. Plan is Jared's gonna go to the far side and he's gonna take another shot. And I'm gonna wait over here, and I'm gonna be the man who scares them back if they happen to go back that way. We want to catch one more, and then after that we can work on the wild edibles. There's a couple apple trees we'll go over, hit on the way back we saw, and then maybe some mushrooms. What happened there? What happened there?
I either nicked one or missed it. Got one.
Down?
Yeah.
Catch them. There you go. Got him?
Yeah.
Nice. How many are left there, you think? There's three?
At least.
Three, right? Four. 1, 2, 3. 4. Wait, there's one dropping down in the corner there if you want to get that one too. It's, oh, forget it. Not very big though. Not as big as the other ones.
Yeah, you think the southern ones were bigger?
Yeah, I think they were definitely fatter.
Yeah.
These guys are not as fat. Let's get on to some wild edibles. Joe's got some ideas. So. How confident you are in that shot?
Not super confident. Not with this gun.
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10?
Wow.
10?
Well, I was only aiming at one. We should have been sitting there with the 12 gauge for backup.
I think you, I saw some feathers fly.
I did, yeah.
So you hit it somewhere. So there's 10 outside and 4 inside. It's 14.
We should close that door.
I think that'd be pretty cool, don't you think? If I set the camera up and we actually see how the birds interact with the trap, not just the camera. So I got a Spec Ops. This is the only one I recommend anymore. This is Browning Spec Ops because it actually does not emit any light or sound or anything that I can tell. The animals aren't affected by it. Even coyote, which are the super spooky animal, they are not affected by this camera in one bit. If you guys want to see how this turns out, we got the camera set up over here and the trap over here. We'll see how those pigeons interact with it, and we'll let the owners know not to worry too much about the camera. But that's 9 days in the north you guys have to turn in, because that stuff will come out not until near the end. So we already got our meal today, but I want to see how that chop works, and I think you guys do too. All right, let's see if we can't go get some more wild things to add to our meal. If you're ever on landowner property, farmer property, always make sure that you leave it exactly like you found it. So we got the door all closed up. Make sure we don't lose any farm animals, not that there's any in there, but the most important part is not to invite any more pigeons in. The Jer spotted an apple tree. It's a wild one. Dude, the apples are way up top.
I know. You know what I have at home is a
pucker?
one of those picking baskets that you put on a bait pole.
Why don't we have it?
Because it's at home.
Well, there's some on the ground. The ground ones are always iffy when you go for wild apples. It's got some chew marks on it. You want that one?
Maybe not.
No, maybe not. Lots of wild apples around, and this is the season. So we'll grab enough. Are we making applesauce or something else? Applesauce? All right. Oh, it's wet. If you shake them, you won't know which ones are on the ground and which ones came from the tree. Want me to jump on your shoulders?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, limber.
Give me 2 minutes.
Limber man. I thought you could.
Well, I don't want to break the tree.
I thought you could climb it.
No.
No?
This one might be flexible enough to pull down.
Oh, keep going. Keep going. Oh, there, got one. Oh, hold on. I don't want to drop this one and get it bruised. 2. Oh.
The other one fell.
Where did it go? I don't know, it fell in the clump with the other ones. Oh, that was a good one.
Looks good. This one looks good.
All right, there we go. Enough?
Almost.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
I eat half of these on the drive home.
Well, okay, so we'll get a bit more. We got, I don't know if the guys, this reminds you of the Wilderness Living Challenge when Jerry came up. Oh, dude!
Oh, I got one on the head.
You should have let me know. I would have watched which ones are fresh. Maybe you got to get rid of the unfresh ones. You know what? We should keep some of these for the bear bait pile. Well, there you go. That's what a wild apple looks like. Pretty much like, well, that one's got some goop inside. We won't eat that one. You're making fun of your own self? With your own basket? It's got sparkles on it?
Yeah, it's my kids. I just stole it.
Looks pretty official. Now, I think the plan is we're going to take our apples and Pigeon. Take the apple and shove it up the keister of Meester Pigeon Stir. First we got to pluck them, because I think that's the best way to slow cook it. And we're going to wrap it up in some bacon too. So the tedious job of plucking a bird. Birds over there that don't want to be plucked. Be thankful that they're not ending their cycle of life and continuing mine. I'm very thankful about that. So let's get plucking and let's get stuffing, because I'm getting hungry. They're both pretty small.
Yeah, they both look good.
It's like a mouthful.
Yeah. After the feathers are off them, probably won't be so fussy about which one I get.
We're not even peeling them.
No. Gotta have the funk. Ow.
It was actually kind of funny that I didn't bring any adobo. It's one thing I did forget, but thankfully we have the original prototype adobo spice. This was made with love by Woodbeard's wife, Wadobo, says right on the package. So Jeremy still has it. This is going back a few years. How many can we fit? 1 or 2?
Apples?
Yeah, maybe a half an apple.
Half an apple each.
And if you notice when Jerry's putting this together that he did some more plucking. He wasn't happy with the amount of plucking I did. It's like if you're not a carnivore, if you're not eating hair and fur, and Jeremy's like, no, they carefully peel. No, they don't. They just wolf it down, literally, and then they poop it out.
Chris just takes off enough feathers that you can see some skin, and then he's like, there, it's blocked.
So yeah, bacon wrapped pigeon poppers.
Pigeon poppers?
Poppers.
Is that what we're going to call it?
They're pretty much a popper.
All right.
It's about enough for one bite. All right, let's get this thing cooking. We got some errands to run because this is a whole wild business. So we got to go check the bear bait and the bushcraft camp.
Yeah.
So we got the kitchen scraps to go along for the ride. What happened there?
Missed the bag.
So we're on Jeremy's family property here. He's got a bear bait set up with zero activity. Par for the course for this property, sadly. We are going to go double check. We have to hunt bears here, or they're going to end up in somebody's backyard. And if you think about it, a bear bait is pretty much getting the garbage bears out of the way. Call it natural selection. It's getting rid of the nuisance bears. I look for some mushrooms on the long way. Maybe we'll spot a grouse, who knows?
Yeah, do you see it? It's nice and orange over there.
Well, I can see if you tell me there's a chanterelle and I go to the bright orange thing, I could probably find it.
There, look at your mushroomer. Oh, there's 2.
The chanterelle we did it with Zach, so they were good.
Yeah.
I actually was okay with them. The honey mushrooms definitely bothered me. But it also could have been like, they have to be cooked well.
Yeah,
And that's something that Steve told me about.
Some
like,
people just aren't tolerant to certain mushrooms.
It's
or
true.
some people are intolerant to certain mushrooms.
I just tell mushrooms by smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, chanterelle.
Yeah. Does it? So people say and I find that they smell like apricots.
Okay. I didn't.
You didn't notice?
No, I didn't actually. Like a dried apricot. I don't know, I'm not really that interested in mushrooms. I guess it's one of those things I just don't really care that much about. Maybe I would be more spurred on if I didn't sit on the toilet for a day after eating them every time. You guys know I did all kinds of experiments. I ate May apples, which were supposed to be toxic to people. I ate 30 of them. So it could just be me. I have superhuman May apple skills. So like we're out a fair ways in the bush here, a couple kilometers back. And he's got a tire on top of the bait. And obviously has not been touched. So what's the status of the bait though?
Some good, some gross.
Poor. Jerry, I don't think you're the best baiter. You're not
I'm
the
a master at this.
You're not the master baiter.
No.
If I was a bear, I wouldn't come in for that crap. It's all wet.
Well, dude, you should show people the picture of the pigeons that you were going to eat.
I did, half plucked.
And then tell me you're as discerning as a bear.
Well, a
Or
bear's
the bear's as discerning as you.
not gonna do that.
An interesting spot because this is an old collapsed building where people homesteaded once upon a time. These would be untreated, rough cut boards because when this place was built there was no treated lumber. There are hundreds of puffballs here and they seem to be in good condition, so we'll add a few of those.
In the winter I came up here and we spent 2 days building a bushcraft camp. You might have seen that video. We put a lot of work and effort into it. And Jeremy said, well, we're coming near it. That's why I'm talking about it. He said it wasn't faring so after the snow melted. There's a little bit of sinkage. Whoops. Oh, frick. Yeah, we got at least a day's work here. Whoops. We had a little bit of a snow load issue here because the roof completely collapsed. We lost our wall here as well. The bed's fine, besides it's getting wet. And the tarp looks to be in decent shape, so that's salvageable. And the back wall here kicked out as well. I'm not sure if Jer saw it this bad or not. And all the pieces are still here, right? I mean, those aren't going anywhere. We just have to rebuild. We got the back wall. It's really, actually still a really nice place, even in the spring or the summer, fall.
It's kind of messy.
Where did we go wrong?
I don't know if we went wrong, but the fact that we had it all set on snow and then the snow disappeared is probably what caused it all to shift, right? You can kind of see where that wall, probably because they were just sitting on snow, they sunk and tipped over, and that's what pushed all the roof down. Our main support is still strong. And our roof is still all laced together.
Keep watching. That's going to be 9 days in the north right here. Nah, we're going to get this banged up in one day. No lobster mushrooms?
No. They were all super soggy. And I don't like lobster mushrooms that much.
We're just up here at the garden. It's got a huge garden. Jeremy really started to focus on this, him and his family. Got a whole bunch of potato plants, tomato plants, carrots, some root vegetables. So that's going to go along nicely with our meal. So we got a combination of wild and farmed. I don't know, whatever you call it. So we're going to grab a handful of potatoes, handful of carrots. That'll round out our meal. This is the future maybe of the channel. It's more homesteading, and that's exactly what humans were intended to do as well. Alrighty, so no bears, no bear activity. We still have another spot to check, but now we have plenty of stuff to eat.
So there's your catch and cook pigeon. Looks good to me.
How does that look? It looks like it's fit for a king. It's all fresh.
Fresh mushrooms, fresh apple.
Is there anything that's not fresh?
The butter.
Yeah, we drizzled a pile of butter on there. And then we got some extra adobo. Caramelized, right? Is it not?
No, it's super interesting. It's really savory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder why. I'm going to try the mushrooms first. And you'll have to watch for day 2 of
Yeah.
9 days in the north.
The toilet version?
Yeah, to see if I react to these ones. Perfectly cooked. It's nice and tender. This is the manual we're working through. The Fur Harvester's Fur Management and Conservation Course Manual. It is a giant book. We got to get through 340 pages.
As boring as calculus.
No, it's actually not.
Super interesting.
It is interesting.
We're going to talk about biology and ecology of the critters.
Yeah, and ways to catch them, and all the different traps and the trap sets. You guys see that? There we go. So yeah, and then we'll do a practical. Maybe I'll take you guys along for the practical if you guys want to come. It's 2 days in field, so you might be interested.
Yeah.
You might get some cool things going to show you. Right now, it's just we're sitting in class and we're kind of reading this, and
Yeah.
the instructor Ryan interpreting the information for us.
Yeah.
And then we do a little bit of reading on our own.
Yeah.
When we want to. Well, good morning, guys. We're on day 2 of 9 days in the north. We got Jeremy back here, bright and early in the morning. It's so early that we're in Narnia. We're a little lost. We're looking for a sandbar in the middle of the lake here because we're going to try to sneak up on some geese, because that's what Jeremy thinks that we're doing. So that's what we're doing. I think we're just going to probably wait an hour or 2 until the fog lifts. Meanwhile, spinning around in circles because I can't see anything. And Jeremy put his head down a little bit to get set for the shooting action, and we spun a little bit. We could be totally going.
Where are we now?
Yeah, where are we? We don't know where we are. But the idea is to get a duck or a goose. It's pretty foggy here, Jer. You got the GPS out now?
I got the Google Maps.
He's got Google Maps out. Well, there's another shoreline here, Jer, popping up. Were you aware of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, where's the geese?
So that big weed bed is kind of just ahead and to the right, so we're getting close to the action now.
Okay. It's not a perfect goose duck setup. This is like more like pursuit.
We're gonna come out of the fog like ninjas.
It's ninja-ing. We got a big red canoe. I don't know if you guys can tell. Big red canoe. So we're not exactly stealth mode. We've got lots of camo on, but we're still a red canoe. All right, I'm gonna switch over to the GoPro and we're gonna see if we can't get something done here. Nope. I had one shot so far. Just warming the gun up. It's been cold all winter. So now we're set. We jumped a couple more, 4 more maybe? 5 more, 6 more? Anybody who thinks this isn't sporting because you're jumping the duck, so it's the same as anything else. And it's legal because Jeremy's not a motor, acting like one, but he's not a motor. I'm mostly at the ready at the front. Nice morning. Freezing cold. It was frost.
It's too far.
Yeah. Is it gonna come back this way? Nope. It's too smart.
I think this is the one of the hardest ways to duck hunt, but kind of the most versatile because you just go where you want to go, right?
Yeah, it's more like
Chances of
the least patient way to do it. It's probably the most difficult. I think your success rate on this is maybe zero, maybe zero. I've never shot one like this.
Oh.
You have, maybe.
Yeah, I've done this solo a lot, and the biggest hang up is like the time it takes you to drop your paddle, get your gun up.
Yeah.
Uses up precious time, right?
Yeah. Keep on top of that pigeon traps we have set. We haven't heard anything back from the owners yet, but they wouldn't know either way. The camera's on, the trail camera's on them, so we'll know. Try to stay productive as much as possible. All right, I gotta get ready here. Are you gonna shoot too? Where'd he go? Ah! Here, Jared. Jesus.
More coming. Yours.
Where? Those ones? I was hoping for someone's closer. Oh, we got some shooting in.
I think there was a couple ducks in there.
Oh, gee, I wasn't expecting the whole. There's like 30 of them. Jeepers. Whew. All right. Gun's warmed up. We should, if we would have just forgot those two stupid ones, we could have just kept going in. We would have been all over them. There's only two flushed, and then there was like 30 came out. Oh, there was our shot. Jeremy blew it. 3 shots each? Yeah, 3 shots. We didn't get a chance to reload, but we almost could have. There's 2 flushed up, which I tried to shoot, and then about 30 came up. So, and we missed all of them. And Jeremy almost tipped the boat over, but it's only a foot of water, but it's going to be cold.
It's probably warmer than the air.
Maybe.
That's why it's foggy.
It's wetter though. But we'll see what else happens here.
There's so many ducks.
We got to come back and set up in the morning here, maybe before I go, where it's just like we got to do it. Oh, one more? No. Yeah, shoot or yeah, too far.
Yeah, no, there you go. There's your chance.
Oh, one more? No. Ah. Did you get your feet wet?
Not yet.
Did you shoot a bunch with your silencer on?
Yeah. I actually just walked up and clubbed him.
Oh, what's that?
A bird of prey.
Bird of prey. Delicious. That's a big one though. Yeah. I want that one. We just pulled the canoe up here and we're gonna go to the pond. The back, we hunted it before and there's always, well not always, there's sometimes ducks hanging out there during the day. So if we sneak up on them, we might actually be able to get some food today because I don't know, I'm pretty hungry. I think Jeremy's getting pretty hungry. I think I got him. I might be able to get it just with my boots off. There's a duck after a whole day's work. Stalking ducks. We're stalking ducks with our big fat red canoe. Jared's gonna bring a stick out so I don't have to go swimming. I would go swimming, it's not so bad. Up to my waist or so.
Here.
Yeah. About to go past me, I looked up and I'm expecting him to be to the right a little bit and he was right in front, but I can't tell perspective wise how far he was.
Oh yeah.
Out, like he was only, what, 15 feet?
Crouched straight down.
Yeah, so you lose the perspective when you're crouched.
Yeah. 11:30.
How long was that? 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah.
Well, it should be clean in the food business here.
Yeah.
Because mostly up here in the neck.
A wood duck.
Another
one.
Another wood duck?
Yeah. It didn't fly when the first one got shot. So you wait here. And then if I scare it up, just try and shoot it when it's right about there. So it lands at your feet.
Okay. Oh, I completely missed that one. Jared snuck over here and he shot and I didn't even see any of it. I was ready, but I didn't think he got that close. You gonna make it? I couldn't see it at all from here. Well, see if you can't grab it. Oh well, now we don't have to share birds.
Yeah.
It worked out.
There we go. One apiece.
One each. We'll get some cranberries on the way out. That'll go nice with the duck and wild cranberry. Wild duck, wild cranberry. What do you think?
Mine's bigger.
Yours is longer and skinnier and mine's shorter and fatter.
Okay.
There we go, guys. Effort rewarded. Well, there's a big reward from a big effort or very little reward from big effort. We just spotted a cranberry bush over here, so we got to do a Yui. Get enough to make a sauce to go with our duck. You gotta hang on? Or are you gonna paddle around? This is it's a high bush cranberry, right? Yeah. I gotta get these off. Stupid things. They protect my ears though. So Jerry wants me to try it. Do I try like bite right off of it? Maybe I won't goober because of, you know, communicable diseases. Yeah. I don't have any. I'm only get one.
Only one.
Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. It's on the bottom of the boat.
Where the giardia is?
What is it?
We're ready.
It's good? That's what they look like. So we're gonna try to get maybe a liter of them. That'll be enough? A liter? All right, there we go. That's about a liter. You ready?
Sure.
1, 2.
I don't know why you wouldn't put the top on it before you threw it, but
we're
dangerously.
We're in a rush. Oh.
Oh, the balancing beam part.
That was close. I almost wiped out. A little precarious here, right? We're in just tucked up on a log jam here. There's definitely not a bear.
No.
No bear.
Well, like all the apples weren't eaten on the ground.
Smells bad.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But if it draws a bear and just the nasty smell, does it tell you any activations on there?
No.
No, it's got nothing.
It's a pretty basic one.
Well, we need to set Jared up with a better camera.
Go for it.
Go for it. All right, so that's the bear thing. So I don't think we're going to be hunting bears. No point if there's no bear. We're not going to sit here and waste our time. We'll do something else. Teleport in time to when our dinner's ready.
You're not going to do the door closing, the ignition going?
No.
The dash lighting up?
No.
The wipers? The seatbelt click?
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, shoot a sequence.
Keep going.
Gotta get the shifter.
Oh, the shifter. Forgot the shifter.
Okay, we're gonna spin out of here. Y'all ready for this?
Oh, shit.
Let's strain this out. Get the seeds out of it. I did mash it earlier with a potato masher, just to break up the fruits a bit.
So that cranberry is looking pretty good. Cheers to straining it out right now. And then we're gonna cut up a bunch of apples, throw it in there so we can have our apple cranberry reduction. 9 days is day 2. 9 days in the north. I got lots of days left still. Tomorrow we're gonna be on site for the trap course. We're doing skinning tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film anything tomorrow. So it might not be 9 episodes in this series, but I did contact Adam Craig, who may be able to take us out on a duck goose hunt at the end of the course because we're done at 4. Oh wow, it's nice and tender.
It is.
Duck by itself, duck with the cranberry. Oh, it's like jam.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that complements it perfectly.
Front foot usually on the pan. When the trap goes off, they try and swim away.
Well guys, good day. It's day 3 of 9 days in the north. Today I'm actually starting off with my education bit, learning how to trap. So I'm doing my trapper's course. Every day we got a little bit of that to do. Doing beaver, muskrat, and a raccoon. So I'm gonna jump in there and get some of that done. And then later today, we're actually gonna go on a duck hunt with buddy Adam, who's also a trapper. Well, here we are in the, we're gonna call it Ryan's Skin Shack, I guess. We've got a...
You can't call it Ryan's Skin Shack.
I can call it whatever I want. He doesn't mind. He's like, go ahead. So we got everybody out here, got the whole crew. We're on our lunch break, as you can tell. Ryan's Skin Shack, why not? Perfect. He'll like that. Maybe he'll put a placard. So it's just basically, we're being run at his house, so we got a bunch of muskrat. We haven't done a muskrat yet, but Jeremy's got some bear stew.
Yeah, we brought lunch. Wild lunch.
In style.
Wild
Everybody
rice.
else is eating sandwiches. It's good. Need some salt though.
This is Wadobo.
Wadobo! That's better.
Is there enough one there?
Is there not enough? I can put more.
That's a lot of Wadobo.
Throw some scraps in there too. Some beaver scraps and some raccoon fats and throw it in.
Hindquarters and
Throw it right in there. Why not? So we just finished up the beaver. Where did the raccoon go? It's over here. The kind of the running theme here is I get to do the Southern Ontario animals. Unfortunately, Jeremy's kind of paired up with me. We're gonna do the raccoon. It's over here. And the other fellas are gonna do beaver, and we might team up on a muskrat next. Tomorrow we actually have to set traps, so that's going to be interesting. I might film myself making some kind of set, and he's kind of hinted at that I'd probably have to do a coyote set because that's more common in my neck of the woods. Most of the people are local guys. So if you guys want to take the course, I would highly recommend Ryan Tamlin, and I'll put that information down below if you guys decide that that's something that you want to do. So Ryan made up some sets for us. So how these work, it's a snare. This is for it's set for beaver. So you put it up in the grommet clip here, and that'll hold it. And then when the animal goes through, it pulls tight. And now it's set. The animal can't back it up at all. But obviously we can't because we're smarter than animals.
And again, if it's really muddy, when I catch it, or if I catch it in the creek, what I'll usually do is I throw it back in the creek, sort of rinse it off, pull it out. It's not going to hurt it any. Cut around. So what I do, now it's all in preference. I know where the knuckle is there. I'm going to cut that one tendon. Now when you're pulling the pelt off, it's easier if the leg's off. You've actually got the weight of the carcass sort of trying to pull it over too.
My first muskrat, yeah?
yeah, there you go.
There you go.
One for the memory book.
It's almost done. Just got to get some more food off of it, and then we can sell the fur.
Yeah.
For $5. What's that worth? $5?
Yeah, but
$5.
just stand them up over here.
Did everybody pass?
Oh, I think so. Everybody did a good job.
Yeah, we're actually learning things. I was kind of surprised that I would actually, I mean, I'm not totally surprised that I would learn things, but I've learned more things than I thought I would, put it that way. We've been around this stuff for a while, but you're obviously picking up little finer details when you do it. Le dernier trappeur.
Who's the last trapper?
You never heard that?
No.
It's a very, really? So The Last Trapper is it's a movie, right? And it's the story of a guy who made a living trapping, but he was the last guy, because it's a dying art or lifestyle, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the economics of it all.
Yeah, you can't make money trapping. It's a losing proposition. Oh, there we go, guys. There's a raccoon. We already skinned it out. Put Jerry and I on the raccoon. So we still gotta flush it out. It's obviously taken all apart. The other crew is working on a beaver right now. Throw it on the flushing board here. Jerry's just studying the beaver.
Flushing beam.
Flushing beam. So we're turning it inside out. Combination with some wood shavings. You want to do that right now or no? You want to do a bit first? A little trick of sawdust because they're so fatty. So it's going to soak up some of that. And if it was any warmer out here, all that fat would be dripping on your legs. So you want to do that so it doesn't rot. They're the ones we scraped with a knife. The muskrats just with a knife. So the feet get cut off here and the ears off because there's no value to that unless somebody's going to do a mount with it where they're going to mount the whole thing.
You want to pull up?
32 bucks. Well guys, that's it. Now we get to go over, we're gonna go meet up with Adam, see if we can't get ourselves a goose. I want a goose. I already got a dog. Got Adam Craig Outdoors. You still doing the channel?
No.
Not as much, huh?
No.
I'll put the link down below. You guys can go check it out or whatever. But he's doing a lot of woodworking now, so I'll link that up below. If you guys want to buy, what, cutting boards is the mainstay?
Yeah, charcuterie boards and spatulas.
Fish cleaning boards.
Pretty much anything. Fish cleaning boards.
Yeah.
Fish tables.
And they're really nice. Really nice boards. I actually have one. I showed it off a while ago. Maybe I can find some B-roll of that, but still use it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
it's at the cabin. If not at the cabin, it's at my house. Ready to go?
Yeah.
We're all set? Ready, Jeremy?
I'm ready.
Jeremy's riding Princess.
Born ready.
Not quite Princess.
No. There's another word for where I'm riding, I think.
What is it?
It's not really coming to mind right now.
It is a little bit of a bumpy ride, so hang on. Let's get down to the pond. You smelt it or you saw it?
I smelt it.
You smelt it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You knew it was here from earlier.
No, I smelt it. They've got like a, I call it a beaver smell. You ever been to Science North where they have that pet beaver? Or that porcupine?
I remember that when I was a
It
kid.
smells like
that
a
smell.
beaver.
Yeah.
Well, it smells like a porcupine because it's a porcupine. But so anytime I come through here, if I get a whiff of that, I know he's around. And there's always, it seems like there's always one here. I've killed probably 3 or 4.
Does it smell like armpit?
Yeah, BO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they can't really wash themselves too easily or they get comfortable.
Yeah, it's hard on them.
You guys see that blob there? That's the porcupine right there. So we could have some porcupine for dinner.
Yeah, we'll save him for after.
Let's save him for later. It's gonna be backup plan.
Stay there.
Yeah. Well, we know where he is roughly. We can always come back.
That's funny.
That is funny.
I didn't think it'd be so easy to spot.
Adam actually built this trap cabin.
Yeah.
Family trap cabin, we'll call it. The situation is there's the ponds down here and there might be some ducks sitting in there, but if not, we'll definitely sit out here. So we got a chance to kind of regroup, get our gear together and see what's up. We'll do a sneak down and we'll see what happens. All right guys, I'm gonna put my face covering on here in a second. We'll set camera up here. We'll get the GoPro rocking. We'll get the Tacticam on the gun mount. We'll see if everything works. We'll get a shot from everything. But Jared's gonna go to the far bank in case they decide to skirt us. And I think Adam's gonna either come over back over here. I think he's gonna come over here because he's got a gun too. Let's get ourselves some dinner. Shooting a X-Bolt, Browning X-Bolt A5 semi. I got some BB duck load, but I'm not going to start with that because it's mostly going to be ducks here. Or did I say duck load? I meant goose load. Need some big heavy shot shell stuff. Let Adam get over here. I'll do a bit of calling. He's got a spread out here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a bunch of decoys here, geese and duck. So should draw us in, but they can land anywhere in here. Never know what's going to happen. Here's that BB load 3-inch BB, big shot. Knock down big geese. Well, no luck with the ducks, so we're gonna throw in some goose decoys in the mix for when, well, last light, because there's a good chance that the geese are gonna come in here at the end. So Adam's just gonna go grab a bunch of field decoys that are turned into floaters. The only luck we had so far is when Adam was out in the boat twice setting up. The second time when he set up the geese decoys, and then the first time when he was fixing them, and then nothing's been back since. Ah! They didn't like the look of the pond. I don't think they saw anything. And maybe we'll get another hunt and maybe we'll come back out. We'll see what Adam's up to. He wants to have us back out here. We'll get up to some kind of shenanigans in this whole series. Stick around. There's more to come. Well, good morning, guys. We're here for a soggy day 4. We're just here at Ryan Tamlin's doing the second portion of the practical course. So this is all going to be hands-on trap setting. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much. We got a little bit of work to do inside the garage before we move out and do our own set. Show you my set. Probably going to do a leg hold trap for a coyote or something like that. And then right now we have a beaver to finish up that we didn't get done yesterday. And then we're going to dye some of the traps. So the trap, to dye them is to take a little bit of the color out of it from the machine process and the oils. Obviously an animal is going to be able to smell that. And then after that we're going to go a little bit over the lures, the scent lures. Once we get that beaver done, then we can jump back outside and get busy with some actual sets. And then we're going to go over our sets and get kind of graded on them and get some tips and pointers on what we can improve upon.
I want to knock any of the loose stuff off. Same with this one. You can see there's a little bit of scale there. So there's black, there's brown, white, green. Yeah, and these ones were done last year. They're not very rusty.
Couple of catches, Ryan's catches. We got a timber wolf. I haven't seen too many weasels. They're mostly nocturnal. I don't see that many on the trail camera down south. And this was a, remind me, pine marten, special color. What do you call it? Canary. So the other guys are finished up. They just threw their beaver up, and that's the one Ryan did yesterday as a demo. But we got to find the one with the hole in it. That's our raccoon, but they look pretty similar. And then our muskrats over here, they're drying up nicely. So he just showed off a drowning set where it's hooked up on a tree, and then the foothold catch, and then the animal would swim down, find deeper water, and then get stuck down in the deeper water and drown. So you might, wonder whether that's ethical or not, but they've done tests. These animals are aquatic animals. They're used to holding their breath, so they're gonna basically expire. What was the definition, the textbook definition of that one? So
Well, apparently they can't get water in their lungs, so they succumb to carbon dioxide buildup in their bloodstream, not to actually technical drowning.
I'll put it just back like that. Then when he walks into it, bang, and he'll swim. The deeper water, I can't get back up because of the lock, right? If he swims out, he can keep going. If he pulls up, he's not.
alrighty, so we're off to the races. I got to do 2 sets. Got to do a raccoon cubby set right here with the white bucket. It's like a live trap, but not a live trap. And I'm going to reset the coyote trap. So let's do the coyote trap first, and then Ryan's going to come over and grade us. I can't leave the coyote set when I'm finished it because there's a dog running around, and not the kind of dog that we actually want to catch. So let's get that thing done and we'll see if we pass. Basically it's just a white pail that you can get for free at most convenience stores. The safeties are all on. Normally you would remove this over here and also the set safety, but we got some pets and kids around here, so we're not going to do that. Obviously bait that at the back with something sweet, savory, and stinky. And the most important thing is you want to anchor off your snare or trap for the biggest animal you can possibly catch, and in this case it could potentially be a fox or coyote. Yeah, stick your hand in there and find out. No, it's safe.
Yeah, it's all safetied.
Yeah, it's all safetied, 100% safetied. So that's it.
Cool.
I think we're good.
Well, I think.
You think
I'm just learning. I think you're good.
Yeah.
But because I think maybe that's a 160.
Oh.
Paul's got a measuring tape, so you could measure it and then you would know.
Yeah, I don't think.
But a 160 is okay.
You think a 160 is fine for a raccoon?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to fail.
It's certified, as long as it's also the right brand of 160.
That's true. You can't really check on those. They're kind of old to
They're
check.
kind of hard.
You can't really see the labels on there. Obviously, if I buy my own stuff, I'm gonna know.
Then you'll know.
Just gonna double check, see if there's anything that I could have used instead of that one. It's kind of like the cheat note. Well, it's not this one, because that's for what did he say, mink?
Yeah, muskrat.
Muskrat.
Or sorry, marten.
Mink. We had some second thoughts about the size of the trap. So that beaver set looks really good. That's a 330. So that's the biggest I think you can get. I don't think they make anything bigger than the 330. What did you do? A drown set for mink?
No, for muskrat.
Muskrat, right. Foothole 1.5 inch. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Victor 1.5.
And he's just going to put it down there in the swamp. You picked the most awkwardest spot to do it, but it looks like it's going to work. And then,
So I'm pretending that there's a muskrat house here, and that would be his landing pad.
Gotcha.
Right, so the trap's underwater, and then I've got a slide pole.
I don't even know where it is. Here?
So I could tell, like when you hit that one jaw, you could tell the trap actually moved a little bit.
A little bit.
So what I would recommend is, when you put that trap in there, make sure that bed is firm. Okay. So pound the dirt around it, even if you got to use your like your fists and just pound it down.
So that's a pass on both sets. I just got to get a stick here because we're going to set this one off. I didn't film that, it was a little awkward to film. But yeah, the bucket set works, and we get to trigger the trap and see what happens. Ready? Oh, that's so violent. That thing's freaking dead. We're gonna go check our pigeon trap and see if it's producing. I want to check the trail camera right now and see if I can improve it. And then after that, we're gonna make a trip way up north for some grouse. Well, we haven't decided yet, but probably something like that, and do some actual off-gridding and camping. So I'll meet you guys over at the pigeon traps. Oh, welcome to the farm. Well, let's go check out the camera. What's it doing down here? Why isn't it in the trap? Pigeon right there. Catch him. You guys see that? Missed. Well, it was down there in the feed, wasn't it? Oh, and it ate everything around the whole thing, but it didn't go in. Why not? Well, they're getting low on the outside food, but there's still, maybe there's too much food on the outside. Playback. Oh, 186 impressions. They're all around the thing. Birds, 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 birds. It looks like there's some inside the trap, but I don't know, maybe they're just on the outside. Birds, birds, not big birds, small birds. You hear the pigeons up top there. Birds all over the place. Oh, there's a pigeon. Heck, I don't see any pigeons work in this area. It's just all the other birds. Well, now that's a little bit of dilemma there. Well, it looks like we've got lots of activity here. It's mostly those house sparrows, and they've kind of cleaned up the mess here. So what we're gonna do is gonna clean everything up around here, because now they know there's a source of food in here. The birds, the small birds, can actually come in and out of the trap. So the hope is, like, once it gets down to just pigeons left, or just the stuff on the inside, then pigeons actually go in. Who knows? I don't know if the pigeons are as desperate as the other birds, because there's a lot more activity from the sparrows, and we'll check it back in a couple more days. Huh? Geese? Geese up high. You got another one? Well, good morning, guys. Day, I don't know anymore. 5 of 9 days in the north. Got Adam Craig back behind me. Jared's up on the other side. He's the hot gun this morning. Oh, geese coming in here. See if we can't call them in. Well, no luck there. The geese have been tough. We don't have any goose decoys out right now. Lots of ducks so far. Jared knocked down 4 or 5 just as we were setting up. We got here a little bit late, just a little bit past shooting light. Threw everything out, and just got a small pond, same pond as we were at before. Got a lot more action this morning. So Adam came up with a pretty good plan to move on the other side here. And we're gonna do a short hunt this morning, or whatever we decide to do, and then we're gonna head up north to do some grouse hunting, because it's open. Glad Jeremy's on the board. I was gonna wait for them to come in a bit. Let them come in, Jer! I wanted to see you get them circled around and come in cup. Call them. They can't shoot that far. Jeremy's over there somewhere. I don't even know where he is. He's pretty well hidden. Adam's trying to call some of the ducks from the other side of the pond over here. But Jared got another shot, and it kind of landed over on the other side. So we'll probably gather up the canoe at some point and get up all the birds and see if we can't recover that last one. That would make 5 for Jeremy. He did a lot more shooting than I did, though. Than all of us. I don't think Adam even got a shot off. He's been mostly calling. It's tricky for him. Jeremy had the advantage because they're actually going up that little channel there. So he's got a perfect view of them coming down the pond, where some of ours are landing, they're trying to land over top of our backs. We're not seeing them till the last second. Then you try to move and they're facing away from you, and that's not the best way to shoot them.
Well, that was a little more successful, eh?
Yeah, that was the day. Glad we could squeeze it in.
Yeah, that was fun.
I think that's the best way to do it. Just a couple hours in the morning.
That's normally what I do.
Yeah. And I got a couple wintergreen berries. A lot of people don't know that the berries are actually edible too. They're in season in the fall. Those ones aren't particularly very good. And they're not sweet. Most people know them by the leaves. It smells like wintergreen, like the gum. Not very sweet though. What we're doing is we're gonna go up north and set up a camp today with tents and see if we can't bang off some grouse, because it's open. And I love grouse hunting. It's a lot of walking.
That's the lump that I was stuck on.
How many did you end up with? Two?
Two.
All that for two?
All that shoot.
We must have lost some then.
One.
Yeah?
Yeah. Even this one, we had to chase him on shore there, kind of.
Really?
Yeah, he was hiding.
We got a mallard there? Oh no.
Yeah.
Is it a mallard?
Or a black?
It's a small one. That's yours.
That's how big they are.
Is that how big they get?
Pretty much, yeah.
You're taking advice from Adam? On
No,
mushrooms?
it's just like if his wife wants to.
Oh, my
or
wife
not.
got the mushrooms from the other day. She's like, I'm not eating those.
Oh, I see.
She's like, well, I'm going to die. I'm like, no, Jer said they're good. I'm like, he seen them, he went over and grabbed them. It's not like he was like, well,
Well,
you know.
try these out on your wife and let me know what
that's what I
happens.
told her. I'm like, I just said, what do we got to lose?
I ate like partially cooked mushrooms a couple times, and I was on the can all day. And I'm not exaggerating, like starting from 12 p.m. the day before till 10 p.m. the next day.
I think that just having them something to draw their attention to, although those ones wanted to land, so I think if we weren't moving around and maybe gave an odd quack, they would have been picture perfect.
Well, did you hear them in the air too, quacking at each other?
Yeah.
And then the geese too. I
Yeah.
mean, the geese don't really want to land here, but
Like it was everything you wanted,
Yeah,
except
just-
for bang, bang, bang.
just wasn't there.
Like-
Well, I got a whole box full of empties here.
You got empties to show for it.
Every time, like, that's the second time me and you have been on this side, and it seems like this is where we need to be.
It's hard to pick one spot. It's almost like if you have the whole pond, you want just multiple spots, and then set one guy up everywhere, and then they're like,
Spread it
well,
out.
we got
Somebody's gonna get shooting, right?
yeah. Lots of shooting. One more? Two. Heard 6 shots, so that's about right. Was it an injured one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was one he shot, and then it was injured.
Well, there's 2 more for the pot. So now we got 4. We got enough to eat now.
These are scop, eh?
Another little baby one.
Bluebills. Well, they don't get big.
Oh, okay.
This is a young of the year, though, I think. See
Yeah,
the
it
pin
says-
feathers just coming in on the
Yeah,
tail.
they're barely in. It's always interesting to see, like, where we don't need all of this stuff. We're gonna go explore a new area. We can't rely on the food there, and we don't want to. So this is all catch and cook style. So we're just getting a little bit more air in the tires. We're still at Adam's place here. Grapes, homemade banana bread, pepperettes. I got 2 varieties hummus, and we got some guacamole. We thought we'd give that a try, and then we're just gonna be snacking with some chips. Pretty much set to go. Snacks are locked and loaded. We got the guns at the ready in case you never know. You never know what might happen. Might run into a roadkill on the side of the road. I got my slingshot ready to go.
There's my video title.
What's that?
This trip is for the birds. Just a thumbnail with all ducks and grouse and. What's your plan? Oh, crap. This lots of tuna. Quarter an age here. Not neutral, but
Ripping it.
yeah.
So we are pretty far up in the bushes. Oh, get some gasoline and get back on the road. Three hours north of North Bay. We're in a town called Gourmet.
Not yet.
Almost. Oh, we still have to go down this road too and then take another turn off?
Gogam was that way. We're going west.
Okay.
Gogam was a bit to the east.
Well, we're not going to
I
Gourmet.
think.
We're just going down a
It's
dirt
just
road.
the region.
Okay. So we're gonna go back about 20 kilometers or so. That's a good number?
Yeah.
We got about, what, 80? If you go 80 this way, we'll end up in some place. New place, different place.
If you travel all the way to the end of it, you end up in Chapleau. I worked up here for a whole summer, actually, pretty much, on this and off this road, working in surveying for hawks in the cutover areas. And So we would camp out for 5 days at a time. You know, we mostly were on the side roads, but we did often commute in and out on this road. And there's always log trucks, and it's all gravel.
Quick 20 kilometers, and we ended up in a pretty major clear cut. But we are actually looking for a bear too. If we see a bear, we'll take a bear. We got some good hanging weather. Pretty typical of what we're gonna kind of get into. So they'll cut all of the trees, most of them, and it all gets replanted, and it's on a cycle. They'll pick a spot, they'll make a road, harvest everything, and then they'll come back in the following season, plant it all, and then it rejuvenates. This will grow back, and actually the wildlife really like these, and they're drawn to these areas because berries will grow in here, blueberries. The moose will use the cuts, the bears will use the cuts too. It's just more edge habitat, and animals love that kind of stuff. Well, let's get up on that ridge. You see that ridge over there? Maybe we'll see something cool from up there. We gotta put our seatbelts on, figure out where we want to be, and if we want to be at this cut or not, or if we want to find something a little bit more grown in. And we get something that's like, you know, 5, 6, 7, up to 10 years grown in, we might get some more mature habitat.
There are like huge swaths of jack pine up this way.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be mixed bush. We just gotta figure out how we want to spend our time. We want to poke around here and maybe kick one up or two. This one looks a little bit better. It's more mature forest here, and then the gravel path. I wouldn't be too surprised if we don't come up on a grouse on the pathway here.
I like to see that. A little bit of water, a little bit of swamp. I'd hunt this all day.
Wow, we're trying to figure out what to do. So we're gonna go for a walk. We got about an hour to make a decision before we camp. We could camp here. Whether it's a good spot, we don't know. Gotta be careful on these cuts because there's lots of trippy hazards. Might flush a grouse here, or who knows what. A couple more logs, and I'm back into the freaking mature forest. Get my freaking legs caught up in here. Up in here, these are all game trails. You'll probably be able to find some. There we go. See that there? It's a snowshoe hair pellet. There's just rabbits in here. Look at this thing. Big red squirrel cache. Look at this. He's been working hard, grabbing all these. What he's doing is he's waiting for these to hatch. To spread open so you can collect the seed on the inside. No trails. You gotta hop over everything. This is pretty typical of the streams and brooks you'll get in this area. Tea-colored, tea-stained is what we'd call it. This is very likely to be a brook trout creek. Oh,
Mushrooms.
yeah, lots of mushrooms.
A little beaver dam there. Not much.
Lots of rabbit trails
Oh yeah.
all through here, and you can tell where they're hanging out and the blowdowns and coming out. So I would expect we'd start to see them around dusk if we were down here.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. I don't know. What do you think about this?
It all seems kind of good to me.
Yeah, it's like whether you want to bushwhack all day or not. I'm gonna say we keep this one in mind.
Yeah. You wanted to look at another spot?
Yeah.
Thought you might.
Why do you think that?
Just had a feeling.
We only have really one more chance to look at something else before we have to decide. Here's where you get your moose. Well, we found a little lake over here, and we're expecting to come over the hill and be able to find a spot to camp on this lake over here, but nothing. We're on the worst trail of the whole bunch so far. And this guy's got a whole freaking RV, a tent set up, wood piled up for weeks. I don't know if you saw that or not, but it's a whole setup and a whole RV.
Maybe he's just a COVID prepper.
For God's sakes, man. We can't win. I wanted to be out in the bush by myself.
What happened?
What's happening?
Well, we've been driving for 80 kilometers.
And we haven't seen one grouse.
Yeah, which is bizarre.
It's madness. We actually we found a place to camp, which was a struggle even. So we're in a sand pit. We didn't plan to like set up shop anywhere, so we're gonna be pretty nomadic. So it's like just operate out of the vehicle, hunt, go.
Yeah, we don't have to cut firewood for an hour.
Yeah, that's the thing. You guys maybe appreciate seeing it, but it's a heck of a lot of work that goes into cooking on a fire. And then we can get cooking, eat some some dinner. I found a pretty sweet spot tucked here. I'm actually up on top of the gravel mound. I'll show you perspective wise, but there's actually, it looks like a little bit of a tent pad. Actually, I cleared some of the sticks out here already, but it's perfectly flat. And I always have to make sure that I'm far enough away from Jeremy that I can't hear him snore, because I won't sleep at all. So he's down kind of on the other side of the car there. So what we're gonna do is get this tent set up. All right, just gotta clear a couple of branches out of the way. Hasn't been much maintenance on this campsite. Probably no one likes to really camp up here. So way up here, see the car down there? They would have used the gravel from here to build the roads that are out here. All right, so Jerry's got the stove running. We gotta decide we're gonna eat hamburgers. Hamburgers? Unanimous then. Hamburgers it is. We do have our ducks here, but they're not processed, they're not cleaned, and we have run out of time. So we aren't going to do that. We got some lettuce, and we have a tomato too. But we don't have any condiments. We need a grouse in camp here.
More woodpeckers than anything.
Grouse in camp would be good. Maybe this morning, or tomorrow morning, there'll be one. Just wander through camp. Ruger 22. We'll see if I use that for grouse or not. It's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be all headshots. And a grouse has a very small head. We should have brought condiments? Whatever. Can't bring everything. We're already car camping.
Some
I suppose
Caesar dressing?
yeah, we could have brought everything.
Yeah. Well, I guess so. We're kind of short on space actually. Between,
Yeah.
like guns and camera gear. Here, I got a challenge for you.
What's that?
You have to kill a grouse with a duck.
It's like, is that trading up? Quack.
I don't know.
Quack? Is that what you do when you throw it?
You-
Quack. There's my version of a bush burger. That was a delicious dinner. We get a couple piles of wood together. It's gonna get dark at 7:30. No, I can't go to bed at 7:30. I go to bed at like 9:30 since we're getting up pretty early. We're up at 4:30 this morning to go duck hunting. So we're gonna make a bonfire, I think. Why I feel the chill coming in.
100% chance of grouse.
How many?
I don't know about your chances, but I'm going to get some.
How many?
We're hunting all day,
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
we got nothing else to do.
dawn till dusk. 40% chance of limiting out.
But how many are you gonna get?
5.
40, but it's only 40% chance of 5.
Yeah. Well, it's 100% for me,
100% chance of 5?
but it's like 6% for you, so I'm doing our average.
I wanted to see at least one grouse today, and I didn't. So my confidence is not super high. I'm gonna say we get 2 tomorrow. Like, we're gonna hunt hard and get 2. Maybe we'll get surprised. You guys have to keep watching. That's the beauty of this.
Yeah, we don't know, and you don't know.
I slept like this. Let's go hunting. Well, it's the morning. It's not a good morning. Right, Jer?
Yeah.
Is it good or not good?
I don't know.
You got some stuff on the screen.
Could be worse.
Could it?
Could be better.
What time is it?
8 o'clock, 8:15.
So we slept in a little bit. Like, this is, you can hunt in this. This is just like a drizzle now.
Yeah.
So we might be through the thick of it. It was supposed to be only partly cloudy today.
Yeah.
This is like solid gray. That's my coffee, ready to go.
Yeah. Did you bring a raincoat?
I did. I don't like wearing the raincoat too much though, because just my legs get wet. Car camping. I'm gonna go with the Tostitos and the leftover guacamole, a banana, and a pepperette. Not very good guacamole. I'm not gonna advertise for it then. Slimy lemon, yeah. Yeah.
Way too smooth.
Too smooth, that's it. It doesn't have the chunks.
Yeah, they're kind of...
They're not the
they're
greatest.
tasty, but they make my teeth hurt for some reason. I don't know.
They make your teeth hurt?
Yeah, they're... I don't know. They're weird.
A pepperette, who makes a pepperette that does that?
My nose are extra long, so...
They're extra. But they're not. They're not dried out enough or
I'm
something.
not gonna advertise for those guys either.
We go.
Camera's on me.
Yeah, we're gonna drive around today.
Oh yeah, that'll keep us dry. Just road hunt all day. That's a lot of thunder. Right.
Madness! Absolute madness! Who has a thunderstorm in September in the middle of the north? That's insanity. Chair's running inside the car now. That Woo-Town?
It's Wu-Tang!
Wu-Tang. Why don't we just start a fire and start bushcrafting, Jeremy? I'm getting gassed out. I gotta put a banana in my pocket to get out of here. Oh! I think I made it. What are you thinking, Jer?
What am I thinking?
Be optimistic. Use your most optimistic sentence you can think of right now.
I'm really excited for the opportunity to catch up on more sleep.
In the car, or are you gonna go back to the tent?
No, I'm gonna be too wet to sleep in my tent now. I'm recalculating our chances today.
Well, I
have a new estimate for
I
yesterday.
pre-computed all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna make a bit of tracks because see somebody drove by. They were probably looking for birds. Who knows? They blew past our camp. So we're gonna head up the way here and pick a nice spot where we can jump off and poke around in the woods a little bit. Looks very, very grousey here.
One thing that I find is it's very common to look at something and you see as far as the first branches or the first trees, they're like a fence or a building, right? But as you ease into it, you learn to look through everything.
Yeah.
So instead of just seeing the edge of the road, you start to look in. Sometimes you can see 50 meters into the bush, but your lazy eyes from the city only look as far as the first stuff, right?
And
you really have to work your depth.
And you have to work on obviously your prey identification too. And grouse look a certain way, deer look a certain way, bear look a certain way. All right, now it's time to dress up a little bit like a pumpkin. See what we can wrestle out of the woods. Just on the top of a hill here now. Keep the car nearby and running. Gotta make the most of it. That's for sure. Rocking the same gun I use for waterfowl. Browning A5 Wicked Wing. Actually not gonna bring the camera along too far into the woods here. We'll switch over to the Tacticam. That'll give you guys a first person perspective. There we go. There's a nice roughie. Probably young of the year. There was actually a group of 5 in here. Had the safety on for the first one. So that doesn't always work out. And the other ones just kind of kept going. Took off on me. How was your walk, Jerry?
Uneventful?
Wet?
Yeah, I should have put those big boots on before I went in there.
Yeah. Well, here we go. We're not skunked.
Nope.
Groceries from the woods.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Back at camp. Check to make sure nothing's missing. Stove's still here. That's the most important part. I think I'm gonna do a grouse wrap. We'll call it a partridge wrap.
You didn't even bring any of your own product.
Well, I asked Zach for a bunch of it, and he carries it all in his store in Maine. So he has to ship everything to me. Modern conveniences.
Yeah.
Is it cheating?
No.
No. Why? Because we're park camping.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of ducks, and they're just hanging. We're aging them right now. Oh shoot! I shouldn't have shaken the tree. Forgot it's wet still. One mushroom?
Yeah.
What kind this time?
Birch bolete. It's a lectinum.
You find that offensive?
That you won't learn mushrooms.
Yeah. If I hang around you so much,
No.
a mushroom expert, and I don't learn them.
No.
Everybody's got their thing, right? Like I love wild berries and things like that, but mushrooms, I just maybe if I could like for sure identify them every time and they weren't like so risky and I didn't have so many bad experiences with them. So that there is more or less what you get from a grouse. You have plucked them before, you can pluck them. You're not gonna get a whole lot of fat or anything like that off of it. So I would say it's questionable whether I would bother to pluck them ever again. You're more than welcome to do it. I don't find it valuable, and there's a little bit more meat on the legs, not much. Don't waste them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carve out the muscle part. This is a small bird. You can probably get twice the size on a mature bird. And that'll be our chicken tender strips. Partridge tender strips for our wrap. I just dropped it in the dirt. Too much yammering with my fingers. Just put rocks all in it. Now it is like roadkill. Only thankfully it's not embedded right inside the breast. You don't realize it and you get a chunk in your mouth, your teeth. You really notice that. Headshot, 100%. Nice. Yeah, it's a tight load on that too, right? Oh yeah. The choke's tight. There's not much room for error, but that's good. Because then you don't get any in your meat. That's got to be one of the schmanciest things I ever made out of bush food. What do you think? Aside from this, the little squirt, isn't it? Look how much color's in there. I harvested the tomatoes from the store, the lettuce from the store. But that's what it takes to make a fancy schmancy meal. This looks really good, doesn't it? Yeah. Are you jealous a little bit?
No, I had a pretty good burger.
With Caesar dressing, we got to get more grouse.
Yep.
That one looks very poisonous. Maybe we'll grab it and watch. Look at it. It looks like if I eat it, I'll get really high. That's textbook out of Super Mario. Found a mushroom. Can I eat it?
Yeah.
I can actually eat this. Once?
Once.
What is it?
That's the Amanita.
Will it make you any superpowers like on Super Mario?
No. You will hallucinate and then your organs might fail.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, this is textbook Super Mario.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it would get me like get going real fast.
So there's a red variety, right, which is more textbook Super Mario.
Look at that thing.
But that's an Amanita. Some of them in that group are edible, but like that's the advanced mushroomers.
It'll make me hallucinate?
Yeah, so this one is reputed to be like a shamanic mushroom.
I was right.
Yeah.
So
but it also, like if you don't know what you're doing, it also can kill you, I think.
Just a sliver. Let's see where it takes us at the campfire tonight.
Yeah.
That looks so cool though.
There's some super interesting accounts of people who've used it and had experiences. Like you can find that stuff online, or
I feel like I might reach the next level of something.
Yeah.
My life. All right, we'll save it for tonight.
Yeah, okay. I'll watch. Let's do this.
All right.
Grouse beware.
Welcome to 9 days in the north. We are extra north this time. We're about 7 hours drive from my house in southern Ontario. Today we're gonna try to get ourselves some food from the bush. Get up in the bushes, be with the animals in here. There's gotta be a grouse in here somewhere. Or a cottontail. I mean, a snowshoe hare. No cottontails here. So the trick with this is to basically spot them on the ground. We're not flushing birds out of here. This is not what you see on TV. Yeah, I think this is the nicest one right here. Maybe.
That big soggy one?
Yeah, this one. Oh, that's gross.
You can have that one.
No, thanks. Alrighty, so we got a bit of a creek system here, which will help us not get lost. There's usually birds down near the water. Nice spot. It's got lots of cover. Might even find a snowshoe hare in this stuff. Spruce trees they like to hide in. We might kick one up.
Like the alarm beeping.
Left side one?
Go ahead.
Too far?
Not for you.
Well, take one. No?
I'll go up and take one after you take one. And you're deadly with the full choke.
It opened up quite a bit though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jared thinks it might have gone up in the tree here. Oh. No. He's hoping that it would stay on the ground and he would get to sneak up a little bit more. Oh, right here, Jared, right here. Back up.
Oh. You got him or I got him?
No, go for it.
Okay.
I'll back up. I'll back you up. Chair.
That's not how that was supposed to go.
No, I don't know what happened there.
You shoot under him.
I don't know. We'll see if maybe it's on camera. We'll have to check that out. Looking at these ribbons here, trying to figure out what's up, and we finally found something that matches the purpose. It's like a old box, but probably still workable, solid enough. So according to our trap course, you just put your trap in there, you're all set to go. Here's an interesting little discovery here. I would say that could be any kind of hole, but probably, I don't know, maybe a small porcupine hole.
Don't got it.
You get him?
No. So I saw that bird or a different bird from the road, and we came up here. The one I saw seemed to be on the run, but this one, when I saw it, was just still and it was pecking at the ground. I missed though. I think when it flew up and kept going instead of just hopping into a tree. You know, I thought it might just have landed here, but did not. How many have we seen today now? 9?
Well, one more for the pot. So we saw only 2, and we shot one. One flew up in the tree, and Jared missed it. So offer.
I always give the first one of the season a warning shot.
That's a warning shot.
Yeah.
It's another little guy. Some more groceries.
Nice shot.
Check how tight that pattern is.
Yeah. Whoa. I don't know if you can show that on YouTube.
That's hilarious. That's as clean as you get there, dude.
Yeah.
No, that's like exactly what you want to do, right in the thinker. I'm gonna get a replacement sock for my suitcase. Didn't want my socks to fall down anymore, so I jacked my sock, and I blew the whole freaking bottom out of it. Now my foot's killing me because it keeps rubbing. So that's a little trick for you. Get lost in the woods, gotta poop. Use your sock.
1, 2, 3. I mean ready to drive.
Oh.
Did you miss again? Nope. Young of the year again. Oh, little short tail on him. First one of the season. Opening day grouse.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Well, Jared got the monkey off his back. 1 for 2? 3.
1 for 3.
1 for 3. The clouds are starting to break up. Not quite broken up yet, but we're getting better. Probably tomorrow morning should be nice weather. We can continue the adventure. 9 days in the north. We wanted to be fancy this time around. We thought, you know, maybe you guys want to see what we can actually make if we don't use just wild foods. Are we cooking on the fire, or are we just having a fire? We're just gonna have a fire. It's sopping wet. The secret weapon from the north. Birch bark.
Get a big...
See if it can dry out?
Yeah. That big fire we talked about last night, the kind you need when you're like wet and you need to dry out.
Birch bark on the bottom, dry twigs. What's that from? Spruce? Or no?
Balsam.
Balsam?
This might be some balsam and some spruce.
Yeah. I love butter chicken. It's not gonna be chicken, but it's gonna be partridge chicken. How about that? It's the quick way. You can pluck them if you want. I don't recommend plucking. We're gonna do this super quick. Gonna step on the wings And just gonna reef. Well, don't reef, just pull slow. Slow pull. These wings make good fox bait. We're learning from the trap course. Ouch. That's the crude way of doing it. Gourmet bush cooking. I think that's already been done. This channel is about keeping it raw. So you guys, half raw on this. This one's half baked. Fighting the world right now with this this fire. He's on his second go round here. Look at that fire going beautifully to dry off our clothes. We've been soaked all day long. Wonder if the rice is done correctly. Oh, it was perfect. We made freaking perfect rice. Perfect. Perfect. Dude, that's like perfect. Freaking perfect.
Yeah, that doesn't happen every time.
No.
Pretty hungry.
So much. How good does that look? Veggies, but they're not ready yet. Those are the only things. I don't think these are cooked yet. Or warmed up yet. So I'll leave these on. That is freaking perfect. The rice is perfect. Partridge is perfect.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, how good is that, right? Jeremy's just gonna throw the grouse legs on there because he keeps reminding me that they shouldn't go to waste. You start chewing on the calf, try to get every piece of meat off there. It ends up in your teeth and you're pulling it out and it's just like, why am I doing this to myself? But truthfully, most people waste some part of some animal. Like you cut the skin off and you could eat it.
Edible.
Right, and you could boil the heads down and make fish soup, but nobody does that except for us. We lost all our daylight left. We got a little bit of fire going, not too much though. It's kind of it's a warm night though. I don't think I'm gonna be able to film on the way to the tent, so I'll meet you up there. Ooh. I am tired. See if we can get this place lit up a little bit. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for the next part of 9 days in the north. Hey, good morning, guys. This is day 6 of 9 days in the north. I don't really want to get up this morning because it's still cloudy. It's not too cold, but it's damp. But we're gonna pack out of here. Yep, still cloudy. Oh well. Ready. Now just for the soggy tent. Well, that works. Welcome to the sandpit camp. Sounds like the band camp. Jeremy's avoiding putting his tent up. He thinks it's going to dry before he puts it away.
No, I'm just going to shove it all in here.
Good man.
We can just go hunt wherever and we don't have to come back.
Yeah, no.
All packed up.
There's no way the tent. Yeah, I'm done. I bought my simple shot slingshot. I think we were going to get into a huge numbers of grouse. We saw, I think, 10 yesterday, which is a pretty good day. But in the rain and the conditions and us wanting to find and make sure we got food, we didn't mess around with any of the weird weapons I brought. I also brought primitive bow. And I'd still like to try it if I can make that a possibility. So this is on the bucket list of things to do. Use that slingshot to get some grouse. I'll carry it around today. Who knows, maybe the weather will improve and we'll get lots of birds. If I don't use this today, watch for a squirrel hunt video back home. We got lots of squirrels and lots of time to mess around with this equipment. Bush groceries?
Yeah. Put them in our plug-in cooler and away we go.
Yeah.
12 degrees outside.
Yeah. And that's about the right temperature for the mosquitoes. They're still trying to bite us in September, which is insane. It's a little much.
Yeah, they never got the memo.
No, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over for you guys. I got the ear protection on as always. GoPro. I don't know if you should go full choke, but you just do headshots. It'll be all right. And then the long distance shots will be no problem. You can use whatever you want. It's 20.
The wicked wind because he farts all the time.
Wicked wing. Wicked wind.
Oh.
Take it back. Wow, we spotted that guy on the road. They tried to do a little stock on him. He was not interested in playing around too much, so he butted up in the bushes and then never saw him again. Find some new places, new grounds to hunt here, so we're just driving on to the next spot and we spotted him, so I give him a shot, but he did not want to play. We just spotted some birds that jumped up in the field there, or road. They jumped up in here. Jeremy spotted one of them, so I'm gonna go pursue it, see if I can't find one. It's in kind of in between two swamps, left side, right side. It's really good habitat for them. My GoPro is not working anymore. It ran out of card space, but I still have the Tacticam, so I should be able to get the action on the gun-mounted Tacticam if anything appears. There we go. That's 4 down. I had to spend a little bit of time looking for them. 2 popped up in the tree. 1 was on the ground, and there was actually a 4th one, so I could have almost got my limit, which is 5. And Jerry headed off on the other direction, and we got 4 birds. So that's a really nice way to finish off the grouse hunt.
Yeah, we almost got 2 limits, right? Between the 4 that we ate.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all that mess of action in just one little spot.
Yeah.
This is a really nice draw though, if we should remember this spot.
Yeah.
Sweet way to end this grouse hunting trip. We still have about a 3-hour drive to get home. We'll meet you guys back in civilization. I still have the trap course. We're in class today from 5:30 till 9. And if there's anything interesting there, I'll make sure we add it to the series.
So other than a few extra holes here, speed holes. Yeah. They look good. So here was, I showed you guys that weasel the other day that I had canned. So there's a picture of it. I caught it in a mink box.
There.
Well, good morning guys. Welcome to today's adventure. It's day, I don't know what, 9 days in the wild. As you know, I've been doing my trap course in the evenings and then during the day, and on a two-day break, we've been taking part in a mess of adventures. Today I'm headed to the bushcraft shelter. We're gonna do a cook and we're gonna fix up our shelter. It's in badly needed amounts of repair. So we're gonna do that, cook up some food, and on the way, I'm gonna try to find some more food. Let's see if we can't get some fresh meat. So we got the GoPro up on the noggin here, the GoPro, and we also got the Tacticam. That's a gun mount system. Been really loving the Tacticam because I get all the action and not have to worry too much about anything else. I just flick the camera on and you guys are getting first person perspective. So this is Jeremy's family's homestead, and Jeremy is talking about possibly taking it over. Little food plot area up here, but it's all overgrown, not being used. His dad used to farm all this. He used to have cows, and they still have chickens. Whew, well here we are. I managed to flush 2, but neither one of them offered me a shot. They're super skittish in the bush here. In the near north. The far north, they like to sit a little bit more for you. I found the first one was kind of in an opening. I should have been able to spot it before it flushed, but I was looking the wrong way and it didn't let me get closer than about 25 yards, maybe 30 yards. And it's thick in here, right? You don't really know where to look. And the second one was in like a evergreen, a shrub business. And I actually walked past it and it flushed behind me, but it was thick evergreen shrubs. It was just stuck in there. Anyway, here we are. Here's the bushcraft shelter. You guys want to sleep in here? It's half torn down. I don't think we screwed up too badly on the construction of it. It's just we built it in the middle of the winter. And so what happened was a lot of the, all the snow melted underneath this side here, which shrank the wall down and destabilized it. It's a chilly morning. So it's going to be actually nice to have a fire to cook. do some bushcrafting. Nothing really broke, surprisingly, I guess, or maybe not surprisingly. Like everything's holding up. Probably it's a little bit more sagged back here than you would want. But we could add an extra bracing on the back. That back wall's holding a lot more than the front. Or maybe we just need a cross member back there, but it's holding up fine. We'll probably leave it till it becomes more of an issue. Why don't we try to shove it back?
Yeah, well, I was gonna shove it back while...
Okay, why don't we work our way from this side, Jerry? Okay. Might make sense to throw them all up more than you want them and then push them back. It's gonna be outpost for trap camp. Trap camp outpost?
Yeah,
yes?
We're gonna
no, yes.
Cook flesh.
Beavers?
Muskrat.
Yeah.
We can set an aquatic funnel here.
For muskrat.
Yeah, maybe do some float sets. There's
sure.
lots of different things to try, right?
Yeah, well that would be the idea, is if like we can set traps here in the pond. There's actually 2 ponds. We can duck hunt here. There's not quite enough water for that. Grouse, we can hair snare. There's a whole bunch of things we can do now, which has been opened up by doing the trap course. It's a 40-hour course. So we've been in class every night. Just trying to get a more level front here so that the tarp doesn't want to sag and we get too many drips and we get a nice overhang, so when we're sitting down on the bench here, some overhead cover. And we already fixed that back wall. That went pretty easily. We got 1 wall left on this side. This one should go pretty easily as well. They just fell over from gravity. Right, Jer?
Yep.
Not engineering issues, more environmental.
Yes. We should check the bear bait too
Yes.
while we're grouse hunting. See if anything's been there.
I forgot about the bear bait. Bear bait's just around the corner.
Yeah, it's not far.
We want some coals, so we'll need a big enough fire to get a bed. Then we don't have to fight everything. So like we want to clear a little bit of a trip hazard out here. It's just ridiculous. Like when we came and we cut everything, we have sticks. I mean, it's good to have sticks around, but we don't want them where you're kind of unsure of your footing all the time. So we can clean up like all the brush we have over here. It's from all of the stuff we cut in the winter. Look at our stack of wood fell over too. And then we had a blanket that we left here to put down on the shelter to keep ourselves dry, and it's pretty much ruined because the roof fell off of it.
Rid of some of this brush.
Yeah, let's have a big brush fire.
Let's try and do them kind of in order.
Yeah, that one's
the last one.
I'm gonna get that one stuck. This one here. This one's tall.
Yeah.
We have some boards here for food prep. Oh, this is tippy. How come? Oh no, it fell down. That looks better. Might need a couple more nails in there, but it's looking pretty good.
I'm going to push up and you're just going to pull the top straight. You're going to leave the bottom where it is.
Okay. A little bit more?
More?
More.
Are we bushcrafters?
Today we're bushcrafters.
Okay.
We're hunters pretending to be bushcrafters today.
All right.
So I thought I would point out one of the key differences. Jared's manhandling it himself. He's really keen on getting the pressure off the rope. So he's got these cross members out, which worked really well until the snow melted.
Yeah.
As is the theme of today. And the same on this side here. So that's meant to take all the pressure off the rope. You can see the rope here is slack. Do it on the fly. Just the one birch? Oh, Jared, not even ready. It wasn't even a 1, 2, 3 ready.
1, 2, 3.
It did nothing.
Not level.
It was too small.
All right.
We need a fatter one. Well, just adding that little bit under here has made it pretty freaking close to level. It can always be more level. No, it can't be. Eventually it becomes 100% level. But this is livable. I like how this is high enough off the ground that you kind of have a good knee flex. Not too knee flexy, but knee flexy enough. I like this. And the fire's a perfect distance from the shelter here. Jared's wrestling a big tree over here. Looks like he's trying to cut down a firewood tree because it's dead standing.
It was already a tree that had broken top on it, so I'm going to use it to fill in that back wall.
Oh.
Because it's a little bit of a bigger tree, right?
Ambitious.
Yeah.
Thought you were looking at firewood.
Yeah.
It's a dead top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Not firewood. I guess wrong. If you do too much, then you're just cleaning up the forest, which obviously makes no sense either. But it's nice to have good footfall spots and nice trails too. Like when we were here earlier on in the 9-day series, 9 days in the north, I actually fixed up this trail a little bit too. It's not perfect. So you can probably expect us to come back out here once we're all ready for trap season. Get a nice bed of coal out of that.
Sure it is.
Keep going. If you hang on a second. Force equals mass times acceleration. Whoa. One more. Oh, those salmon are cooking up nicely. If you haven't watched that video, we actually, well, according to the authorities, they tried to nail us on like trespass. We got them from the Ganaraska River in Port Hope after they tried to, quote unquote, shut down the river. Although on a technicality, we managed to figure out how to get in there. It's a very popular video. It's resonating really well with the fishing community and to anybody who wants to exercise their civil disobedience against authority and the lockdowns that obviously we believe are unjust. I'm not going to encourage you to go break the law, but I'm encouraging you to be armed with your rights and push back a little bit where necessary. We're going to enjoy a nice meal out of it too. Fresh caught salmon, bushcraft style. Undercooking it sometimes better, to be honest. Keep the juiciness, and if it's fresh, you're not going to get sick. It's not like it's been sitting in the grocery for 3 weeks or 4 weeks before eating it. Oh, look at that. It's nice and fatty too. Dude, we never had so much color except for the other time on this trip. Oh, salmon's so good.
Hurry up, I want my turn. I'm hungry.
Mmm. Delicious.
Yep, it turned out good.
Yeah.
Smells pretty good.
This is the way to go from now on.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to come back out here, chop a beaver and eat it. Got the orange back on. I'm going to go for a walk, see if I can't drum up another grouse. Check out the bear stand. I think Jared's going to split ways because he's got some other obligations for today. So you're just going to do with me. That's okay too, right? See the chop course?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
More trap coursing.
Yep. 2
more nights. We're just gonna come up on the bear bait down over here and see if it's been disturbed. So if the tire gets moved off, you know that a bear's been here. But obviously that's not the case. And we'll get back on the main trail, and there's a couple more trails we can hit on the way back. See if we can't still get a grouse today. We got him. Oh, we got ourselves a freaking roughy goosey. Whew. Love bird hunting. That's a mature one. It's got a full tail. Hopefully you guys got to see that on the Tacticam. Happy with that. And it was kind of funny because I put the gun up on my shoulder and I've got my backpack on there. So I didn't get a proper shoulder mount. I gotta go to the chop course, and you guys know what about chop course. It's not that exciting, so I'll catch you on the next one. 9 days in the north. The series continues. We got at least 2 more hunts to go. Stick around. Well, good morning, guys. It's day 8, I think, of 9 days in the north. One day after the next, Jeremy showing off his juggling skills. Switch over to the GoPro and we're gonna get walking. And less talking, more shooting. Yeah. Hopefully. And we're gonna make lunch. We got some kebabs. We just have to match it up with some grouse. It's gonna happen. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, otherwise we're having peppers on a stick.
Peppers on a stick. Okay, I see him still. Okay. Stone cold drop that bad boy. Dunzo. What's my score right now, Jer? 8 for 8 or something? 8 for 8? No misses. There's Ruffy number 2. Slaying them.
We put in a lot of kilometers.
A lot.
And we're hunting thick brush. We don't have a dog doing any work for us, right? Like I know people say it's not sporting to shoot them on the ground or on a branch, but I think it's not sporting to wing shot birds that are going to get injured and fly away, which is what we would more likely than not be doing.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the thing is, everybody around here hunts with ATVs.
Yeah.
You know anybody walks around anymore?
It's
a dying breed. Jared taking a leak.
Yep. Snooze you lose.
I took my headphones on, just standing there, and I could hear the alarm call.
Oh.
And I can't hear them with the headphones on though. So I'm like, just staying here for a second.
Yeah. And even if you've got the phones on, you can't hear the direction of the call, right?
A little bit.
A little bit?
It's not too bad.
Oh, okay.
But it sounds like you're listening to a playback, right? Yeah. So little guy.
Yeah.
You got room in your bag still?
Yeah.
That's a juvenile, huh? Yeah. It doesn't have the full tail.
No, but it's got a more advanced tail than the ones up north that we shot.
Maybe better diet, better food. I'm actually just using duck load because that's all I have. So it's 3 1/4 steel shot. Hold up, Jared. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, hold up. Oh, there's a bird in this grass. He was right in this grass here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The whole time.
Well, I don't know how he got out of here without me seeing him. I had him kind of cornered in this area here. I don't know how he got away. No luck.
No.
That guy deserves to live. Oh, Jared flushed a grouse up on the other side. So that dirty rat ran across the path. Well, so that's not a bad showing. That's 9 grouse for me this trip. We're gonna grab some ingredients. Oh, freaking dog. You met Jared's dog? This thing's a freaking wolfhound. Where are you? Right here. Freaking hell. Look at this thing gallop away. We're gonna grab some tomatoes from the garden for our kebabs, and we're gonna do a little bit more hunting. This is the homestead here.
Kind of stopped caring about them when none of them turned out to be slicer varieties. They're all cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, cherry tomatoes are good. You put them in salad.
I know.
You can throw them on a sandwich, they fall off, but you make do. You can fry them up. They're good fried. You got enough there? Now we can hit the road. Jeremy's gonna show me another spot for grouse because obviously they're getting, well, actually as we were driving out of that spot, we actually ran into another guy with the pumpkin orange. Well, we're at Jeremy's second spot. It's a little bit different than what he remembers it as. They've been doing a lot of cutting back in here. So let's see if we can't find a couple more birds before lunch. Make ourselves a fire and relax in the beautiful fall weather. No mosquitoes. The leaves are all starting to change. This is my most favorite time of year by far. Up in the tree. Okay. Up in the tree here. One more. One here, guys. And one on the path. And I think there's one flapping its wings. I see one here. And Jerry shot the one that jumped up on the tree. Oh, they're both here. So we got all 3. Did you see up in that tree if there's one? Well, that's how it's done, boys. Yeah, I did hear that one. Well, here's two more. One back on the trail. Racking and stacking them. There's the third. That was some good teamwork. I guess we better go make our food here, Jer, or we're not gonna get out in time. 11 for 11 on this trip. Love it. I only get to grouse hunt every once in a while. Like this spot for cook?
Yeah.
Perfect, huh?
Yeah. Nice little view of the swamp.
Beaver dam over here. Oh, all right. Where do you want to make the fire?
We'll just scratch out a little spot here, right?
Right here? So Jared's just working on a little fire pit. It's kind of loomy here, so you would ordinarily be pretty concerned about.
Loomy?
Is that a not right word?
Loam.
Loomy, loomy, potato. We're gonna go through all of them.
That's loam. Nobody says loom.
I am saying loom. I'm sticking to my guns here.
Hey. Gosh, look at this nice loomy soil.
It's very loomy. But yeah, back on track. So we're not going to cause a forest fire here. It's nice and damp. Does that make any sense? So here's our ingredients. We have 1, 2, 3 ruffed grouse. We have a couple of peppers, an orange and a red. It's a nice color. We have a squash that's seen probably better days. Looks like it's got a bit of frost damage. We got some cherry tomatoes from Jeremy's garden and some wild puffball mushrooms. And last but not least, we got some adobo spice. You guys can buy that on woodedbeardsman.com/shop.
Burn, baby, burn.
So, you know we're in Canada. Got moose droppings in a beaver lodge, and we're making ourselves at home on a duck pond with the wildlife. Lots of dry wood here. On the kebabs already.
Red maple?
I gotta catch up and get those grouse cleaned up.
We only have so much time in a day, right?
That's true. Yeah, we don't want to be making too much gourmet food.
Your 40-minute video is like 6 hours of
It's true.
adventure and work and...
Yeah. Boiled down to 15 minutes, hopefully.
Is that all it's going to be?
Wow, who knows?
Oh.
Most of the time, that's about your attention span. I'd love to make longer ones. That's about what you get for a grouse. It's the breast. Jeremy heard somewhere that you can use hemlock bark for good coals. So he's going to try that out and see what happens. Pretty dry. Oh yeah, it's a big dead tree, isn't it? I didn't notice that.
Just about ready to load up our kebabs, eh?
Sticks all fired up, ready to go for kebabs. Just got to do our peppers. Mushrooms we don't have to do anything with. And well, the zucchini or squash. Squashini.
Zucchini.
Zucchini. Yeah, it looks like.
Open and have a look. It
Yeah,
looks like it might have got a touch of the frost.
yeah, it's got some frost damage. Got them all together. We can throw them on the fire. That is actually working really exceedingly well. Like that is the hottest coals I've ever seen. Thumbs up for that idea. Like you can't put your hand anywhere near here. It's
the hemlock coals?
yeah. Put your hand here.
That's Kepart's wow.
Right? Have you ever felt anything that hot?
From that small of a fire?
No, like
No, dude, that's throwing. I can't even keep my hand.
it's crazy.
That's the closest I can keep my hand off that, I think.
It's
Which
crazy.
is like 30 inches or
Whoa.
26 inches.
There's a tip right there.
Ow! Whoa, dude.
Did
It's so hot there.
Did you cook your hand yet?
Almost.
It's crazy.
All right. Well, let's get the rest of them in here.
Yep. Here, I'll pass them.
Oh, you want me to burn
Well,
myself?
a little bit.
All right.
Don't burn yourself a lot, just a little.
I don't know. Kepart. Camping and wildcrafting. Wildcraft. It's like at 19 teens. Look, it's over 100 years old.
Long lost secret.
Yeah.
Chicken of the woods.
Chicken of the woods. That's a mushroom. They're running moss, so they're on like a rhizome here, and this might be one individual. This whole patch basically. And these are the sporophyte tops. They're like a super fine little spore, and it can land somewhere and start a new colony. And what people have done in the past is you can collect these, and you dry them out, and you get the spore powder out of them. I don't know if this one's dry enough to see the little clouds coming off of it. And people use them in like fireworks displays and stuff. Fireballs, stage effects. It's a lot more manageable with the gloves.
I think we made the most of this trap course. There's an excuse to come up.
Yeah.
And we have done a lot of stuff. Did you have a preference?
No, some of them have the puff balls, which you may or may not be interested to eat. I don't know.
Yeah,
They're
well,
very well cooked.
I've been okay with the puff balls. That's really good, actually.
They're super good.
Yeah, the adobo is, you can still taste it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a barbecued adobo. So zucchini is not even worth eating at all. Trap course tonight. No, trap test tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We have 50 question multiple choice. Fingers crossed we pass the test. We've already had the practical test, and then after that it's just paperwork, and then we're trappers.
Now, this is the one that you guys did.
Nice and greasy.
Yeah, see how greasy it is?
That's just natural, right?
That's just natural. That's what happens. So before I take this off the wireframe stretcher, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe it down with a rag, clean it all up, and that's about it. But if you guys just wanted to wipe it down, and we'll leave it on the stretcher for now.
Okay.
Yeah, and then again, you've got your inspection window here, which that's where they look at the fur quality and everything when they inspect it over at the auction house. So you can tell, like, you see how the tail's, it's still a little bit limp there, but I can tell that it's, like, there's sections of it that are hard, that did dry, so it's fine. And that's why we have to open it up. So run your knife down into a tail stripper or splitter, open it up, let the air get to it. Yeah, when I board it, I just cut. Okay. You're really doing.
Well, that's 2 down. Adam got one, and I got one here off my left shoulder. He's just gonna go grab them because they're taking off. I shot the other one over here a couple of times. Make sure it's down. Lots of birds moving. Well, boys and girls, that was a lot of activity. I'm not sure how much I got on the camera. Jeremy got to some shooting down at the other end, and he got one duck, and then his gun jammed up, so he left. He went home. He had his daughter with him, so that seems to be the place to be. But we're getting lots of spillover. We had some ducks land out in the middle. How do you like this camo? ASAT camo. Now that was pretty neat. I actually ran out of card data on the last one, so I don't know if I don't think I got the shot on there. But Adam called that goose in perfectly. It was going around and going around and going around. Wanted to land at the other side of the pond. It's right here. Yeah. That's hilarious. The Tacticam's full, the GoPro's full, but we got ourselves a giant honker. That makes the whole trip right there. We don't have any goose decoys out there, so that he went around probably 5-6 times, and then he almost landed at the far side a couple times. The best part is we don't have to go look for him. All right, we'll settle in, see if I can't get at least one shot of a duck or goose on camera here. It's hard. It's just me, and I almost need a dedicated film dude. Oh, there's a bunch. He's too far. Zoom out a little bit. I just stacked some branches here, so it's pretty much DIY kind of deal. And that goose flew over top of us 5 times before I shot it over in this neck of the woods here. So that goose had full view of me in my ASAT camo and never made me out. I ended up shooting that goose on the BB. That's a heavy load. There's fewer shots in it as compared to just the regular steel load I've been using. We gotta use steel, we're not allowed to use lead. Jared ended up with a duck. So I got a big long drive back home before I cook this to wrap up the 9 days in the north. I'm gonna go full circle. Well, I almost forgot one more thing before I leave the near north, and that's my pigeon trap. Let's have a peek at this trap. See what's going on, see if we manage to get ourselves a pigeon. It looks like there's lots of corn feed left, none scattered around the outside, but we have the benefit of the camera, so I can run a few clips now. So we're gonna pack this out, we're gonna take it with us, continue trying to trap pigeons.